Okay, so this is a demonstration of our front-end GUI of the software. So the first thing you need to do to use our GUI is to follow this guide and try and get the server running on a local machine. So after you clone uh, clone our project into your computer, you have to run the shell script that is called local server.sh. This will get the server running on local machine. You have to install Python 6.11, by the way, to or you have to run setup first, which requires Python 3.11. Okay, here we can see that this script will set up the necessary folders in your server folder, and also activate everything, load the AI models, the YOLO computer vision models. We can see that in the server folder, in the server, there are two folders that are set up. One is called raw upload, one is called processed. So the images that you uploaded to our frontend GUI will be stored in raw upload, and the results of the YOLO model running through these images will be stored in the process folder. Once you shut down your local server, these two folders will be erased, like the contents will be erased. Okay, so you can go to our frontend GUI through this link, autowidip.versa.app. You can do several things with our GUI. Uh, we hope to enable to first run the computer vision models on any with images you provide, and also enable you to manually annotate or modify the computer vision produced results. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to upload the image to the GUI, to our server. So when you clone our repository, we can it comes with a folder called the assets. Here in this assets, there's an image called test images. There are like 5 with images there. Like they're of different sizes. You can try both. For now, I'll pick this one, or like I'll pick this one first. Okay, so when you upload, the GUI will host this image. It will be put into the canvas. Also, when you go to the raw upload folder, you can see that it contains the image that you just uploaded to our frontend UI. Okay, once the image is uploaded, you can run the YOLO model that we trained based on our dataset on your image, or you can manually draw the annotations to the image. So several things you can do. First of all, the canvas is separated into, well, right now 3 layers. There are the base image layer, the segmentations layer, and the detections layer. You have to specify a layer that you're currently operating on to do your annotations. What you can do is listed here in the instructions. First of all, you can use mouse to draw things. Like if you are in segmentation folder, you can just randomly draw some regions or masks. And if you're on detections folder, you can draw the detection frames. If you draw something that you don't want, you can just delete it here. This will be like optimized in the future. Okay, so another thing you can do, you can hold space and then drag your mouse to change the position of everything. Say I have all of these. If I'm on the base image layer, I can change the position of the image. On segmentation layer, I can drag everything. It won't be dragged together. Maybe in the future they can be dragged together. I don't know. Okay, so one thing to notice is that after you drag, like their positions are changed. So when you run your the CV model, if you already changed the position of the layer, the results produced by the CV model is still applied to the original position. So a good way to a good way around this is to refresh your page before you run the CV model. Another thing you can do, you can use the wheel on your mouse or your touchpad to zoom things up. Why it's useful is that if you're on the base image layer, like you can draw your segmentations in a more precise way. Say I can manually draw a region around this leaf, stuff like that. Okay, so to use your to use the machine learning model, upload the image again. Well, there are three operations that are enabled by the YOLO model: the detection, segmentation, and classification. Right now, the result of detection and segmentation will be rendered to the canvas and also stored in your processed folder. For classification, the YOLO produced image will be stored in processed folder, but the result is currently not rendered to the canvas. We'll have that rendered in the future. Okay, so suppose I want to run detection, segmentation, and classification. I want to run all of them. When I run, you can see that the server is processing everything. These are just data for debugging. Okay, you can see that the segmentations and detections are drawn here. And now when we go to our process folder, we can also see the image that is directly produced by the YOLO model. You can see the image here, and if you want to, you can like see the image using any software you have. Okay, we can see that there are detection frames, detection borders, rectangles, segmentations, masks, and a small of classification right here. Now it's none because it's not visualizing everything. The result can be optimized in the future. Right now it looks like this, but it contains everything, contains all the results. Okay, you can also download the edited image on in the GUI interface. The difference is that the direct image produced by the YOLO model will not contain everything that you added manually, while this one contains everything you've added manually. Say I want to add more detections here. I want to add a detection. You can do things like that, or draw some segmentations like this. And if there are segmentations or detections you don't want, you can also delete it here. In the future, we will like emphasize the one-to-one relationship. Okay, we can also download the image through this. You can see that the output image contains border and your manually drawn masks. Okay, thank you.